Hello Internet, so nice to see you. You guys have been asking me, how do we train our ears? How do we do ear training in a way that is musically useful? Because you see, most people train their ear by trying to recognize intervals and all this kind of thing, but then they wonder, how do we apply this to actual music? Well, turns out that there are better ways to train your ear. An unlikely but definitely winning approach comes from the idea of voice leading. Now, in a moment, I'm going to show you a lesson where I explain to a student exactly how to use voice leading to help you train your ears, and there are a few simple exercises that we go through. I totally recommend that you guys follow along with us so you can see exactly how these can help you. Now, a little disclaimer here. You're gonna hear me sing. And that day, when I was doing this lesson, I was already talking for several hours. So my voice is actually positively horrible. Please have patience with me, and let's go.
Like if I hear a chord and a note with that, it's hard for me to pinpoint what scale function this note takes. Like this was the root, but I know that because I saw it was the A over the A chord. That's easy for me, but hearing that is not easy for me.
I see. So you want to understand how you can hear those notes and how they resolve and how they connect into each other. Very good.
Correct.
So you know something about voice leading?
Yes.
I know the answer is yes, but I'm asking you anyway, pretty much for everybody else in the virtual room right now. Voice leading in two words is this: when you have two chords, you could play the two chords as block chords, you know, like most guitar players, like C, G, which sounds okay, but you can also play the chords knowing what are the notes inside. In the C chord you have C, E, G, so, and in the chord of G you have G, E, G, B, D. So you try to move every note the least possible amount. If I write those notes down, the C in the C chord is closest to the B in the G chord. The E in the C chord is closest to the D in the B chord. And the G in the G chord, it's exactly the same as the G in the C chord. If somebody didn't follow that, just write down C, E, G and G, B, D on a piece of paper and try to match the notes close by. Right? So, we know this is called voice leading, and this is a way to connect chords. When you play a chord, the chord that is played next, it's voice led, and this makes the chord feel closer, okay? And feel as part of a continuity, like they are the same piece of music, as opposed to just block chords that may or may not connect well. That's the preamble. Now let's get to your question. The best way to hear what you say is to start from the other direction, meaning that right now you're thinking, I want to hear which one is the root. I want to hear which one is the fifth of the scale or of the chord. I want to hear the third, the fourth, etc. That's great, but you get to that later, okay? I know all the ear training courses that are sold around start from these kind of things, but what I found is that, first of all, you want to hear this stuff before you give it a name. Okay, and then while you start hearing those things, then it's much easier to give it a name because you're giving a name to something that's already in your mind, as opposed to putting the name there first and try to find something to desperately attach to that name, okay, like most people do. How do we do that? We have to do the scariest things that a guitar player can, you know it already. The scariest thing that a guitar player can do. We have to sing. I like to have the Broadway voice here now. We have to sing. It's not going to happen from me. Okay, my voice is horrible. So just everybody knows, my voice is horrible. I can sing this stuff. I'm not saying it sounds good. I'm not even completely in tune, but I know what pitch I want. Okay, make sense? So there's no expectation here from anybody. There's no expectation of any kind of performing solidity here, guys. Whatever it is, okay? So how do we do it? In this case, for instance, you have C, G, C. I'm playing on string 2, 3, and 4 of the guitar. And I'm playing, for C, I'm playing the 5, 5, 5. And for G, I'm playing 5, fret 5 on the 4th string, fret 3 on the 3rd, fret 4 on the 3rd string, and fret 3 on the 2nd string, yes. Okay? So what do we do is this. First, we play only one string. Then we sing it. And then we sing the same thing by playing the whole chord together. Then we do it for the next string. C, B, C. Good. I told you it was going to be horrible. Okay, that's harder because it's not the top voice. And my half step are all up off steps here, okay? Then you have the G. G. It's gonna be the hardest one because it's the same. You want to change. G. It's also a bit too low. I'm gonna hit it at the high G. I cannot hold a pitch worth anything here, okay? Two important things here. The first one is that, yes, we need to sing. We need to sing. The second is, but the expectation is not super high, okay? It's perfectly okay to sing badly, this stuff, okay? As long as you start to hear how those voices move, okay? The purpose is not to sing perfectly in pitch. The purpose is to connect something physical that you do to the sound so that you can hear the sound. Now, triads tend to be particularly unforgiving, okay? Because there are only 3 notes inside. If you don't hit that note perfectly, it's pretty sour, okay? That's the thing. So, one thing we can do here, and also it's more interesting, you do this on more interesting chords. Sevenths, major 7, minor 7th, half diminish, minor 7 flat 5, which is not the same as half diminish. 9th chords, 13th chords, all this kind of thing, okay? So you can have something like this, for instance. Now, I'm not telling you exactly what I played, not right now. But now, rather than isolating the pitch before, now sing something that will work on those 2 chords. Do it again. Yep. But I hear that you are singing the top voice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. You don't even need to know what are those 2 chords. I'm going to tell you in a minute, but...
It's a D7 and a C major 7.
Yes, it is, exactly. It's technically a G9 with no root. Okay. Into a C major 7. You can do this with the 2nd string and see what happens. Okay, and then you do with all the other things. Okay, now for the curious, the chords I was playing here, this is a G, that's a G9 with no root, equivalent to B half diminish. So it's from 4th string, fret 3, 3rd string, fret 4, 2nd string, fret 3, 1st string, fret 5. 3, 4, 3, 5. And These are the one here, which looks like a contortion, and it is. It's a C major 7, again from 4th string to 1st string. It's 2, 4, 1, 3. 2, 4, 1, 3. I hope you've been following along with the exercises. Now, if you do those exercises every day for just 5 minutes, you're gonna see massive improvement in your ear, in your ability to understand what's going on in music and in inventing new melodies that work over chords. Now, if you also want to know more about the chords we were showing here, I totally recommend you guys check out my course, Complete Chord Mastery. Complete Chord Mastery, it's not a book. It's a complete video course that takes you from the basics up. We do everything you need to know about harmony and chords on your guitar. All the theory is done straight on the fretboard. There is no theory for the sake of theory here. Everything is immediately practical, and everything is developed through exercises, so you know how to apply these immediately on your guitar. If you have just a minute, click on the link on the top right to check out Complete Chord Mastery. If you like this video, smash on that like button and don't forget to subscribe and click on notification, otherwise YouTube will not let you know when I put up a new video. And if you have any comment, feedback, suggestions, write them down in the comment. I enjoy reading from you and I make videos on your suggestions. This is Tommaso Zilio of musictheoryforguitar.com, and until next time, enjoy!